now, but I know when I walk in there now and I gotta wait, I'm like, it's supposed to be fast food. Like, it can be 3 minutes. It's like so much faster than anywhere else in the world, and I still bitch.
See, and that's the difference between a skinny guy and a fat guy, because a fat guy doesn't care. Fat guy will wait 25. We don't care.
You guys bring food for the lineup, though. Think ahead like that.
Well, obviously, we're well prepared for that.
I feel like McDonald's. Let's stop at Burger King so I can get something for the lineup.
Exactly.
McDonald's takes too long.
Thank God there's a Wendy's across the street. I can grab
That's why there's always a Wendy's across the street. Because Wendy's makes all their burgers at like 3 a.m. and that's it for the day. Doesn't matter what time you order it, you get that burger from 3 a.m.
But the weird thing is they always taste fresh. It's the thing I've never understood. Like, I love Wendy's. I'm actually a very, very, very big fan of Wendy's. I love their burgers. They've always disagreed with me.
On the bottom, they're like tight. They're like one step above Arby's to me.
Really, because like they've got like it's clean, fresh meat. It's always fresh and never frozen. Because I used to work for the company that supplied them the meat, and their meat was never frozen. So it's literally brought in, ground, packaged, and then sent out to them fresh.
Don't care.
Very impressive. Yeah, but I never understood how is it that you can order a burger no matter when you go, and it's just always ready, and it always tastes like it was never been sitting there. Like a McDonald's burger, you know that's been sitting there for a while. It just tastes like it's been sitting there for a while.
Only when it has. Usually,
well, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, usually. But I mean, sometimes you get those like like when they pre-make all the meat and they just got that tray, they just pull it off and quickly throw it in the grill. You can just tell that it's been sitting there for a while because it's a little drier. It's whatever. But Wendy's, it's always perfect. It's like it just pulled a fresh patty out of the fucking fridge and threw it on the grill. It's fantastic. And it's like 8 seconds.
It tastes like they pulled it out of Dave Thomas's ass and beat it with a tenderizer and stuck it on a bun.
Well, then I would eat Dave Thomas's ass any day.
I am not a fan. Love Dave Thomas. Not a Wendy's fan. And they got too much shit on their menu.
No, McDonald's has too much shit on their fucking menu.
Yeah, but nobody orders it. That's why they got that menu that flashes real quick. Nobody's looking at 30% of it. Everyone knows what they're getting when they go to McDonald's. No one gets the fancy shit.
Nobody cares about, what do they call it, the McCafe. Nobody cares.
Quarter pounder. Like the standards. Quarter pounder Big Mac. And then unless you're cheap like me and you get the McDouble, that's like kind of new. We didn't used to have those, but
I don't even know anybody who gets a fillet of fish anymore, but that used to be really popular.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone does. I don't think I've never had one. I know that much.
I've had it, but it was a very long time ago, and I don't know. I don't
order fish unless I'm at like a fish restaurant. I don't order fish. Like if I'm going out for like fish and chips, and I go to Sea Lovers where they literally on the menu you get fish and chips. That there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Then I will order the fish, but I don't go anywhere and get fish, and nobody does. Like nowhere else has a fish burger. It's stupid.
Yeah, I fully agree. It's just right.
You just don't trust it. Fast food is not supposed to be fish.
Nah.
Fish can kill you.
Everything's going to kill you.
So can fast food. Speaking of which, back on Tim Hortons, they have just pulled Beyond Meat off their menu.
Yes, I actually just found that out today.
Because nobody gives a shit. No one goes to Tim Hortons to be healthy. You go for fucking donuts. Why don't you try making donuts and forget about all this other shit and actually go back to making fresh donuts? Because that's what
I miss. The fresh muffins and the fresh donuts.
Always frozen. Opposite of Wendy's. You guys need the fucking Dave Thomas to whip your ass into shape. Pulled Beyond Meat. Of course they did. Nobody cares. It's expensive. Nobody wants it. And when you're ordering, what do you get at fucking Tim Hortons? The goddamn breakfast stupid thing on an English muffin, the fake sausage and fake bacon. You care really if you're not healthy and going and getting that in the morning, so you don't want the Beyond Meat.
I love their breakfast wrap. I will definitely give them credit for that. I addicted to those things.
Don't think I've had it. I don't hate the McDonald's breakfast burrito, but you got to get the salsa.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah. It only works well with the salsa.
The salsa.
Some places they give it that. It's true. Some places they give you because it also depends on how they wrap it. I like the places that wrap it a little tighter because it just seems like you're getting a little bit more when they do the quick loose wrap. It just seems like all you're getting is the bread thing.
Well, I think that's the way with a wrap. You have to know how to wrap a wrap. You can't just fold some shit into a tortilla. It doesn't you got to know how to wrap a wrap, or else it's not a wrap.
Yeah. No. Because lately, if I get that breakfast wrap, which has been a while, but the last few times I've gotten one, I've had to take that wrap and fold it in half. It's
that's
loosely fucking rolled.
And that wrap I just did is better than M&M's new wrap, so you're welcome.
I have some Montreal story for you.
Okay, Eminem's new album sucks. Stop sticking with Ed Sheeran. Go ahead.
Eminem hasn't released a good album in a while. Rap God sucked. This just... I heard the story. I just want to point the computer. I literally pointed the computer and went, that's all I could think of. A Montreal man and his son are suing a luxury dealership for more than $416,000, claiming that the white Lamborghini it sold them turned yellow almost immediately after it drove off the lot. Now, here's where the reason why I even bring this thing up, because it's kind of humorous.
Their white Lamborghini
the father,
turned yellow.
Yeah, like right after they within less than the first month, it started turning a different color, started turning this weird yellow color, and they're like, "What the hell?" And they just said, "Oh, well," and the dealer literally told them, "Oh, it's supposed to do that. It's what happens."
That's what happens to white cars.
That's what happens to white cars. They immediately turn yellow as a little bit when you first get it, but don't worry, it'll taper off. So then they start, because they go, okay, well, maybe it's just reacting to the sun. So then
just let me interject anybody in case you're a little bit confused. That never happens. That's not what happens.
That's not what happens. So then they store the thing in the garage. And the first thing is just, you buy a Lamborghini and you're storing it outside, first of all. Fuck me, you're an idiot. But I digress. So then they stuff this thing in the garage and they keep it covered for a little bit, and sure enough, the thing still continues to discolor. They offered to repaint it. The dealership said, "Well, bring it up. We'll repaint the whole thing." But they said, "You can't repaint it because that would drastically reduce the residual value of the car." Now,
they're not wrong.
They're not wrong, but. This is what gets me.
Then again, what do you want? Your complaint is the paint is changing color. The dealer's offered to repaint it. What are you going to do? Someone's going to repaint it eventually.
Yeah. No, they just want their money. They want all their money back for it. And the $350,000 for the car, and they want to keep the car, get all the money they paid for plus $50,000.
Yeah, that's kind of the way.
But hang on. I'm not done, because there's one more amazing piece of this puzzle.
I know a guy who does that almost professionally. He buys stuff and complains about it, returns it, gets money, gets deals, gets all kinds of stuff.
Well, they have return policies for a reason, I guess. My favorite part about this whole thing is that their suit claims that the father had to remortgage his house in order to buy the Lamborghini for his son, saying that it, quote, was his dream to own such a luxury vehicle.
Oh, God damn it.
I waited for that one for you. I had to wait for that one.
This is the problem. That right there is the problem. Now, number one, we're just so wealth obsessed, and being rich is so fucking important to us that kind of shit happens. Oh, I gotta mortgage my house for a car. In what fucking universe does that make sense? You go live in your fucking yellow Lambo, moron.
Yeah,
I don't care.
It's a two-seater.
I have many dreams that will never be fulfilled because I can't afford them. And that's one of them. If you have to sell your house to buy your kid a Lamborghini, then your fucking kid doesn't get a Lamborghini. It's that simple. Why do you... That should just be acceptable to people. Like, there's lots of shit. I will never go to space. In my lifetime, I will never afford to go to space. I really, really want to. It'll never happen. Because I can't afford it.
Yeah. And if I can, I don't want to take that flight.
I could do a whole... No, I don't want to take the one I can afford. I'm not hopping on that. Right? I'm not hopping on the first one. Even if Elon's like, hey, you want to go on the first one? No.
No, it's all right.
I want a good 10 or 20 of those motherfuckers to crash and everybody die and they figure out what happens, and then I'll go on the next one.
Yeah.
I need some live tests first with actual humans. But no, the fact is, I'll never be able. The point is, I'll never afford it. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. I know that. I know. Shit, I never went to Disneyland. I knew when I was like 7 that was off the table. That was not happening in my family. There's stuff your kids have to just understand. You can't just have what you want. I'm not going to get back onto the rant. I'm even sick of myself and the participation trophy kid rant. But fucking, you can't just... Everyone wants to give their kids what they want. It's not happening. Lots of kids don't get what they want. You can't just fucking sell your house so your kid can have a Lambo. And then really now you're just buyer's remorse because you want to sue and you want to keep the Lambo and you want $50,000. Where'd you get $50,000 from? Like, just fucking ridiculous.
Stress and the inconvenience and loss of work days.
Yeah, and that just happens to magically translate to $50,000. Yeah. You're not making $50,000 at work if you're mortgaging your house for your Lambo.
No, here's the dumb thing. So hold on. I caught the end of this article. They returned the car to the dealership without any form of an agreement. They returned the car to the dealership, so they actually don't have the car, and they're still paying for it. The insurance, the registration costs, the mortgage, all that, it's all still being paid for, and the dealer is refusing to refund the purchase price.
That could be part of their lease agreement or whatever.
It's just, why would you give the car back? Like, they're refusing to give you the money for it. Why would you just...
There's something up with this. Now, we'll give you back the one thing we have that might actually make this deal go through. Like, why does the dealer even answer the phone? They got their Lambo back.
That's just it, yeah.
Where are these morons?
Montreal.
Well, that explains a lot.
Ask why it is I don't like them. There's another reason.
Why would you try to drive a Lambo in a place where you can't fucking turn right on red? Who needs a Lambo in a place like that?
And this has been going on, by the way, since 2017.
Yeah, well, of course.
They returned it in 2018. It's now 2020. And it's still going on.
I'm surprised they're not suing because the fucking Lambo didn't say that in French. Le Lambo.
Le Lambo. Le Lambo.
Stupid guys. Don't go buy Lambos. I used to work up by those car dealerships here in Vancouver. Or there in Vancouver, because I'm not in Vancouver. But I could say here in Vancouver. The world doesn't know where I am. So, yeah, here in Vancouver, I used to work right up by all the big... Like, there's the McLaren dealership and the Lambo dealership. They're all up there just after the Granville Bridge.
Yep.
All in, like, a row. And we used to go on our lunch break. Just filthy construction workers. They loved having us on the show floor, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come in on a lunch break from Brickland, just fucking covered in mud, smelling like shit, and just eating a gas station sandwich and just walking in, leaning over to the fucking Lambos. Oh, it's nice interior.
Can I take it for a test drive?
Just sandwich, like, it's like falling apart. Gas station, shitty old bun. Almost as bad as Wendy's. And you're just leaning over, like a McLaren or a Lambo. So what's this one? Like, base model, what am I looking at? And they have to answer. They got to pretend like They know you're not buying, and you know you're not buying. You both just stand there like shaking your heads at each other, but they have to answer all your questions.